What's up everybody and how are we doing today? So if you saw my last video, you heard me mention that I was not going to be going to the Rosemont Regional later this month because I am planning on buying a house and, well, life comes before a card game. And honestly, right now I really don't even expect that regional or many others to happen at this moment. So there's really no point in keeping this list a surprise or a secret any longer. I just want you guys to have it as soon as possible, be able to start working on it, possibly even make it better because that would just be awesome to see it take off. A few of the decks I've come up with have actually gained a little ground, and one of them actually took multiple hits on a ban list because, well, it worked. So without further ado, here is my Cyber Scrap deck. I'm not going to include the names of any other archetypes or techs because that's all they really are, is just a means to an end, whereas the Cyber cards and the Scrap cards actually play a real key role in the deck and how it performs. So we'll do a combo at the end showing you guys how to end with your Avramax, Savage, Naturia Beast, and your Cyber Dragon Infinity. Without further ado, yeah, let's just get right into it. I'll explain things as we go along. So Core Dupe Extender makes the full combo. Any deck that runs a Core Dupe Extender being the main play, you have to play 3 Cyber Dragons. If you play 2 and you open 1 and you have your Core Dupe Extender but you open 1 of your 2, it just really sucks. So playing 3 Cyber Dragons, 3 Core because it's the best normal summon in the deck, it's the best starter in the deck, really the only starter in the deck. Emergency 2, but that's just to get you to your Core anyway, but Core is really the true starter of the deck. 3 Hertz because we want to get our Core back, we want to get our Naxter back, and it just combos off with Galaxy Soldier so good, which really just makes the deck work. If you open like Core Dupe or like Core 2 Extenders, you can still make your Max, Nat Beast, and Savage. 1 Naxter because it's way too good to not play it, but it doesn't really help the combo other than one kind of niche interaction, but you're not going to go full combo then. It's just a possibility if you happen to have the right hand. We'll cover that when I get to the other cards in the build. That's it for our Cyber Monsters, playing just those 10. And that brings us on to the next card. Basically, staple on Cyber Dragons. Galaxy Soldier. I'm playing 3 because I want all the extenders. I want Core Dupe Extender. We need our machines on board for the combo, so I really want to open it. I want to see it. I don't want to have Repair Plant instead because that means I would have to make it live like Link and get a Cyber Dragon in the graveyard, and then it just doesn't work as good for the combo. Core Dupe Repair Plant works, but like Core Hers Repair Plant, you're not going to do the Max, Nat Beast, and Savage because you need machines. So All Mirage really would not help, and we are not playing All Mirage. Searchable Kaiju is just too good to not play. Dinos have one, we have one. I would recommend playing it in any build. Any deck that has a searchable Kaiju, you should probably be playing it. For the scrap cards, we're doing 1 Recycler, 1 Golem. This is the first brick of the deck, and by brick I mean if you open it, you can still end with your Nat Beast, Avramax, and Infinity. You just won't get the Savage because you won't get the second dump off your Scrap Recycler. Bringing us to the worst brick of the deck, Jet Synchron. If you open it, you can still end with Avramax, Infinity, and possibly Overflow. And this is the one I was talking about, unless you have your Naxter where you can pitch it. But then you're also going to need to send a card from your hand for your Jet Synchron to summon it again later. So you're just kind of negging in the process, but it does allow you to still have some plays and continue doing what you want to at least try to do, recover and build as good of a board as possible. Glow Up Ball because Jet Synchron gets us to Needle Fiber or Helka Fibrex, and then Helka Fibrex can summon your Glow Up Ball, which is how we get Nat Beast and Boral Savage, since it can bring itself back from the graveyard. Since we have a level 1, that means we need a level 4 Earth monster for our Nat Beast. During the combo, we pop our Platinum Gadget, which allows us to summon Ancient Gear Gadget, and I went with Ancient Gear Gadget because if it is normal or special summoned, you can declare one card type, like monster, spell, or trap, and this turn, if a monster you control attacks your opponent, cards of that type cannot be activated. So it's essentially came down to Ancient Gear Gadget, yellow, red, or green gadget, and they just really don't do anything anyway. So it's not an effect you're going to use really ever, but at least it's something that may come up once in an entire event as opposed to something that's never going to come up. And that would be our third brick of the deck. If you open it, you can still end Avramax, Boral Savage, and Cyber Dragon Infinity, but you will not get your Nat Beast. So the three bricks: no Nat Beast, no Savage, and probably neither of your Synchros. But you can still end with, like I said, Avramax, Infinity, Impossible Overflow. So there's really no card that you can open that'll just outright kill it. But if you open multiples, it can hurt, obviously, or just awkward hands. If we're going into Boral Savage, I already brought up Glow Up Bulb bringing itself back, which means we need a level 7. So how are we going to turbo out a level 7? I was trying to think of different ways, and at first I had like not Boral Savage, I forgot. I had a different one. It might have been Clearwing Fast or like Dawn Dragster or something. But then I was trying to incorporate this into Orkest, and I realized that we can just run 2 Nightmare and banish it to dump Wand. Banish Wand to summon Nightmare, which happens to be a level 7, and Savage is a Dark, so that doesn't affect our getting locked into Darks. So it worked really good. I don't consider this deck Orkest whatsoever because it's just a turbo level 7 package. It has nothing to do with Orkest other than that. And if you happen to open your World Wand, obviously you can't banish your Nightmare to dump it, so we play Orochi also as another target, which helps protect you from getting OTK'd. It helps to push for an OTK, and it's just a really good card in my opinion to have. It can backfire, especially if you have basically an unplayable hand, and you use its effect just to put a body on board. You're probably going to banish one of your combo pieces, but it's not something that you're going to lean on, rely on, or do in the beginning of a combo. That is it for our monsters. We are going to spells now. Triple Emergency, 1 Repair Plant. Like I said, Core Dupe Extender Repair Plant's okay. Core 2 Extenders, it is not okay because you need machines on board, so linking off Core for Almirage to make it live just doesn't quite cut it. 1 Rev System, Core Dupe, search your Rev System, and you have the combo. Triple Machine Duplication. If you see it and it resolves, you should win that game. 1 Overload Fusion. No Cyberload Fusion because it came down to the 2. I'm not really focused on getting out Rampage or fusing for this deck at all anyway. And with the Verde Anaconda play, Overload Fusion is a much better card to go for, in my opinion, because you don't need to already previously have stuff banished or use your field. You just start doing your combo, your Cybers are engraved, Verde Anaconda, dump your Overload Fusion, and throw your Rampage out that way. 2 Trap. Overflow is just so broken. Doesn't target, no cost. You don't have to banish if they negate it. Just like nothing happens. If it gets destroyed, searching out one of your spell or traps, meaning you can search itself out off of it, which is just stupid good. And then that's only 34 cards, so we have 6 slots left over. You could choose to play more extenders like Instant Fusion. You could play another Naxter, Monster Reborn, Cyberload Fusion, things like that. If you really wanted, you could play like an Upstart Goblin. Pot of Avarice wouldn't be a horrible choice. There's a lot of cards that you can play. I decided to go with cards to help me if I'm not going first. So I went with Triple Droll and Lock because I really like it versus like Dinos, Spirals. It can hit Shaddoll's. Sometimes it'll still be able to do stuff, but sometimes it will actually invoke Shaddall right down, like Meltdown, Droll, after they add their Alistair. Other than that, it low-key hits Salad. On some hands it can ruin Salad. It hits them decent because there's so many searchers with Baylynx, with their Buffalo, with the Foxy, with Circle they would use in the draw phase if they're smart, but otherwise they have their Debug back at 3-2. So it's not the best card versus Invoke Doll or Salad, but it's not dead versus either of them either. And it just hits a lot of rogue decks too. A card that I really like right now because so many decks put out big monster boards is Triple Dark Ruler no more. I don't care about dealing damage. If I can turn off their field, build my board, and dismantle theirs, they're not going to be able to play or win on their turn anyway, and I will just beat them next turn. So 40 card main deck, those last 6 could be really whatever you want. Bringing us to the extra deck. 1 Mega Fleet. I was going to play 2, but I missed Seeger too much for those just hands where I had an OTK and it was able to go through, so I put Seeger back in and cut Mega Fleet to 1. Master Rule 5 coming. Mega Fleet is still mandatory. Debatable if you should drop it to 1 or not. I'm going to try it at 1 for a little bit longer, but 2 is still plenty fine because links are going absolutely nowhere. 1 Fortress Dragon and 1 Rampage. XZs, we have our Nova, Infinity, and then River Stormer for the combo. Synchros, we have our Nat Beast and our Savage. And then links, we're playing Seeger. Again, no Almirage because we want machines, so linking off core for Almirage means you're not doing the combo anyway, so there's really no point in doing it. Platinum Gadget, Wyvern, IP into Avramax, and then we will be playing a Verde Anaconda and a Helqua Fibrex. So that's the deck profile, 40 cards, and we're going to jump right into the combo here now. So if you want to be able to end with that essentially as your board, you'll have your link attached to, which I use Scrap Wyvern because it's the most attack out of my link 2s. If you want that for your board, you need to be able to summon 4 machines, 2 level 5s, Core Dupe, Search Rev System, Core Hertz, Soldier, something like that. Any hand that summons 4 machines, 2 of which are level 5s. And if you also want an Infinity on top of there, you need to be able to summon 5 monsters, 2 level 5s. Or 4 level 5s, sorry. So like Core Dupe Extender would get that done. So remember, 4 monsters, 2 level 5s, or 5 monsters, 4 level 5s. And them are your 2 magic numbers to accomplish your boards. Otherwise, you'll be really surprised just how many random hands, if you sit there and look at it, how you can end up turning out. Because that's why I do the breakdown with the whole how many monsters and what levels. Because then I can just look at my hand and be like, okay, I can summon this many monsters, this many levels. And if I hit the number I want, I just think a little more on how to approach it, because it means that the board is possible. Core Dupe Extender, we'll just do the full combo. The rest of them are essentially just less steps, so you can figure it out for yourself. Normal core, in this case, since we have our Hertz, we're going to search our Repair Plant. Dupe on our core to special summon our 2 Cyber Dragons. In Master Rule 5, say if you had like the means to make Infinity and still get these out afterwards, you can by all means make your Nova, bring back a Cyber Dragon, and then go into your Infinity and then continue on. Right now we can't, since Infinity would block our extra monster zone, but in the future it is possible to make Infinity before getting Nibiru'd. We're going to go into our first rank 5 here, our River Stormer, detaching 1 material, 2 add Scrap Recycler to our hand. For this, we got 2 other cards in hand. We started Core Dupe Extender, so we have 2 cards that just really don't matter for this. Since we have a Cyber Dragon and Grave, we can use our Repair Plant to search out our Galaxy Soldier. Galaxy Soldier's effect, discarding our Hertz to special summon himself. Chain Links 1 and 2. I like to grab Cyber Dragon out of the graveyard because I still have 2 machine dupes left in my deck, and I would prefer to keep at least one of them halfway alive and not run 2 complete bricks in my deck. Galaxy Soldier again, discarding that same Cyber Dragon to special summon himself. River Stormer and Core going into our first Link monster, which would be our Platinum Gadget. Galaxy Soldiers, overlay for Nova, detaching 1. It does not matter which Cyber Dragon you summon from your graveyard because you're just going to link it off anyway. Exceed into our Infinity. Platinum Gadget's effect, special summons Scrap Recycler from our hand. Recycler then sends our Jet Synchron to the graveyard. Scrap Recycler and Cyber Dragon into our Scrap Wyvern. Wyvern's effect revives our Recycler and then destroys it. Since a Scrap monster was destroyed, Scrap Wyvern can summon a Scrap monster from your deck, Golem, and then pop a card on the field. If you're going second, you can pop an opponent's card. For this combo, we're going to pop our own Platinum Gadget, because then Gadget's effect activates, summoning our Ancient Gear Gadget from the deck. So now before you use Golem's effect bringing Recycler back, we're going to send a card from our hand to the graveyard to special summon our Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron and Scrap Wyvern will go into our Avramax, who will then special summon Glow Up Bulb from the deck, Glow Up Bulb and Ancient Gear into our Nat Beast. Now Golem can summon our Scrap Recycler, who will send Orkest Nightmare to the grave. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we're then going to link off into IP Masquerena and Avramax into our Crusadia Avramax. And now since we use Masquerena, it can't be targeted, it can't be destroyed by card effects. Your opponent has to target it with attacks, and if it battles a special summon monster, it gains their attack. They can't use spells, and you can negate, well, an Omni negate. Obviously, Dark Ruler No More does hurt this, but I mean, every deck has outs. So then we're going to mill one card off the top of our deck to special summon our Glow Up Bulb. Now we are going to banish our Orkest Nightmare from the graveyard to dump our World Wand to the graveyard, and then banish World Wand from the graveyard, special summoning Orkest Nightmare and Glow Up Bulb into Savage, and Savage's effect to equip our Scrap Wyvern. So there's the full combo. In this case, if we happen to over it, you could also set your overflow, and that would just basically be unbreakable. Like I said, Dark Ruler No More hits it, Sphere Mode hits it, every deck has outs, so I really don't need to hear that down below, because realistically, if you think your deck has no outs, you're just wrong. So hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, all those good things. Master Rule 5 is coming very quickly. We're working on deck profiles for Trap Cybers, ABC Cyber Updated, Shadal Cyber 2.0, Pure Cyber Dragons. This build obviously isn't going to change too much because links are just too good in it. We also have like Salamangrate, Pendulums, Crusadia, possibly a Thunder Dragon build. I'm not going to say for sure on that one. More banlist predictions, OTS predictions. We'll do all kinds of things. I may do an opening on Dual Overload and another giveaway with that, so stay tuned for that possibly. I'm not going to guarantee it, but yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed and can't wait until next time.